All right, Alex St. John, founder or co-founder of Playcast Inc., and we're going to do another technology demo, this time for the streamers. Um, so I've got my Playcast host open up here, and it's still set up to go. I'm just doing these all on the 4th of July for fun because, I don't need to sleep like other people do. So this is how I occupy myself when I'm up all night. Actually, usually it's coding. So what I'm going to show you now is something for the streamers. Now remember I said earlier, really playcasting is a type of operating systems. 5 low-level media drivers exposing browser APIs via WebSockets to any browser on the internet peer-to-peer. So when I'm using my Playcast client over here, this iPad thinks it's talking to a web server when it's actually talking to my gaming PC right next to me here directly, straight to the operating system media drivers. That's why I can play all my Steam games and watch my YouTube video and so forth on it remotely, is because they're completely oblivious to the fact that the hardware is not local. So they think that your browser 1,000 miles away is the local hardware. So, streamers, just like we said to the game developers, the reason for creating a simple remote desktop application out of this technology is to make it zero adoption for you to try with your games. You can just go try it with everything you make and see what it can do. Really, if you want to build this kind of capability in the game, we're going to make an SDK that you can adopt. But this is just kind of easy to try, no burden. So we want to try the same thing with streamers, and we think this is really interesting because what we're trying to do is unify gaming with streaming. Well, what does that mean? Well, it's a very odd thing. I've been building gaming technology for a lot of my career, and gaming is about interactivity. And so the weird thing about streaming is the games have a local community, the closed platforms have a community they try to lock you into, and then the streamers, Twitch, has a local community that's a meta community where you can all spectate and chat, but all the communities are isolated from one another, and I'm not sure that's what really anybody wanted. It's just the way the market evolved. So the idea behind this technology is just to unify all of that. If we deliver it all as one unified video experience in a browser, it's a lot easier for a spectator, the barrier between spectating, watching passively, and playing, to disappear. And that's what we're going to talk about here and then try to demonstrate, although I hope much more talented people than me see this video and make a better one for me, and I'd be happy to promote it. So those of you who really have good facilities for streaming, please see if you can top this, because I'd love to have better videos than I make on my own. So let's explain. So if you're a Twitch streamer, what we want to do is have zero adoption. So what do you use? Open Broadcast Studio. And what am I using here on my secondary screen? Open Broadcast Studio to make this video. Okay. And as I showed a little bit earlier, but I'm going to show it again real quickly. See, there's my Playcast app or host application, and my Shadow Cam. That's the one that knows how to game. That's what you want to use for gaming. But over here's my Open Broadcast Studio camera. And my Open Broadcast Studio camera, when I start my virtual camera, there I am. And the Open Broadcast Studio camera can be capturing and streaming whatever the Shadow Cam is doing to Twitch or YouTube in real time. That means that if you share this URL with your 1 million live fans on Twitch, you can have 1 million live spectators along here, which we don't quite support yet, but in principle, really, ambitious and looking forward to that day. Let me reset this so I can get rid of my one virtual user for a second. So the iPad was still connected from the last demo. So here I've got control of these global inputs. So a spectator is just a user with no input. They're connected, they're watching the video stream, but they're passive. But the minute I give them a gamepad, they're a player, right? Now the game doesn't know that this gamepad is virtual. So if I have another player, let me join with my iPhone over here. Let's see here. And the iPad actually is still hosting this video, ironically, from the last video. The phone, the connection's actually coming from this phone. So let me join. There we go. There we go. And now I'm on my phone too. So here I can say, well, hey, this spectator tipped me to join the game. So while everybody's playing and streaming, I can click right here, and they can have their gamepad on their cell phone, at home on their TV set or gaming PC, and they can be in and playing. Oops, let me turn that one off. Okay, so now this person is playing with a gamepad, and then that person is playing me with a gamepad, and it's the same gamepad. And in this case, the game supports 4 gamepads, so I can pass around 4 gamepads in real time, like myself and a million of my closest best friends are all sitting on the couch gaming together. Um, Now, it would be fun to set that all up and demonstrate it live, but you saw me playing Minecraft Dungeons with co-play mode. You get the idea. So if you're a Twitch streamer, you can already use Open Broadcast Studio. Playcast Host already supports the virtual camera at the same time as it supports the shadow cam, which knows about input. So you can share a link with your immediate friends, or you can share this URL with your whole audience, and you have a console here for controlling who has access to play and who doesn't. So now the boundary between the community of people you're playing and streaming with, or playing with, and the people who you're playing with is gone. You can now mix gameplay and streaming in the same application or solution. Now, I'm not going to tell your business. I'm not a streamer. I just have 7 kids who are. So I listen to my kids a lot. I watch how they interact, and I go, you know what? I'm going to make some technology that changes your world, because I'm going to just remove all the obstacles to being creative and making games and streaming the same thing. I have no idea what you're going to do with it, but I think it's going to be really cool. And I've made a lot of technology that's disrupted the gaming industry before, so I think I'm pretty good at it by now. And I am hoping that by enabling the market to do this, we're going to see a whole new genre of games where spectating and playing and sharing and publishing games without app stores and without siloed communities is possible. And I think in that world we get a whole new type of economy going, which would be a lot of fun to create. Because, my hair is gone. I really don't care anymore. I just make this stuff because I love making stuff, and we were cooped up for COVID, so this seemed like a neat idea. So I hope you streamers get a load of this, give it a try. We have a few streamer friends, young folks who are into that, who are going to very shortly launch much higher quality demos of this than me, with some of their favorite games, because they're all over this and they go, hell yeah, I know exactly how to demo this. So I hope to have some videos coming out from some people who know what they're doing pretty soon. But that is the ability to use playcasting as a hybrid with streaming and its integration with Open Broadcast Studio. There's more of that coming soon, but let's just cut that there. And now I'm going to cut one more demo for you. Thank you.